Good evening, it's Rebecca Sullivan again from Lewisville Family Counseling, and tonight we're going to read Just One Thing, Developing a Buddha Brain One Simple Practice at a Time by Dr. Rick Hansen, Chapter 14. Thank you to Jenny Locklear, the owner of our practice, for getting a copy of this book sent to me through Amazon so that I could have my own copy at home to read to you guys. So Chapter 14 is called Take More Breaks, and I tell you again, this is a very relevant chapter. When we started this, Jenny said, hey, this book has 52 chapters. Why don't we read a chapter a week for the year 2020? And it seemed like a great idea, and little did we know that it was going to be something that was going to be so helpful and relevant to what's going on right now. So here we go. Take More Breaks, Chapter 14. As we evolved into hunter-gatherer bands over millions of years, life moved at the pace of a walk, in the rhythm with the seasons and with the rising and setting of the sun each day. And many of the hunter-gatherer cultures still existing today, it only takes a few hours a day to find food and shelter. It's a good guess that our ancient ancestors lived similarly and spent the rest of their time relaxing, hanging out with friends, and looking at the stars. Sure, life was tough in other ways, like dodging saber-toothed tigers, yet the point remains that the human body and mind evolved to be in a state of rest or leisure, in other words, on a break, much of the time. But now in the 21st century, people routinely work 10, 12, or more hours a day. When you count commuting, working from home, and business travel, to put bread on the table and a roof over their heads. Much the same is true if a person is a stay-at-home parent, since the village it takes to raise a child usually looks more like a ghost town these days. Many of us are on the job and on the go from the time we wake up in the morning and check emails or feed children or both, till the last time we pull messages from the phone at night. It makes you wonder who is advanced and who is primitive. In the modern world, pedal-to-the-metal lifestyle produces chronic stress and tension and related physical and mental health issues. It also crowds out creative pursuits, friendships, recreation, spiritual life, and time for children and mates. As a therapist, I've often seen where one or both parents are dealing with work 60-plus hours a week. The job is an elephant in the living room, pushing everything else to the margins. Imagine for a moment you're sitting comfortably somewhere in your old age and looking back on your life and reflecting. Do you think you're going to wish you had more time spent on the job or doing housework? Or will you wish that you had more time relaxing, hanging out with friends, and looking at the stars? So how do we do this? Promise yourself that you'll take more breaks. Most of them will be brief, even a minute or less, but their accumulating effects will be good for you. Here are some methods for getting more breaks. Pick the ones that you like best. Give yourself permission. Tell yourself that you've worked hard and you deserve a little rest, that it's important for your health, that productivity will actually increase with more breaks, that even cavemen and women got more breaks than you do. Renounce everything else. When it's time for a break, drop everything else for that time. Truly clock out. Take a lot of micro breaks. Many times a day, step out of the stream of doing this for at least a few seconds. Close your eyes for a moment, take a couple of deep breaths. Shift your visual focus to the farthest point you can see. Repeat a saying or prayer. Stand up and move about. Shift gears. Maybe you have to keep grinding through your to-do list, but at least take a break from task A by doing a different task B. Get out. Look out the window, go outside, and stare up at the sky. Find a reason to walk out of a meeting. Unplug. If only for a few minutes, stop answering your phone, shut down emails, turn off the TV or radio, and take off the earphones. Make your body happy. Wash your face, eat a cookie, smell something good, stretch, lie down, rub your eyes or ears. Go on a mental holiday. Remember or imagine a setting, mountain lake, tropical beach, grandma's kitchen, that makes you feel relaxed and happy. When you can, go there and enjoy yourself. As I've told myself in certain situations, they may have my body, but they don't get my mind. Keep your stress needle out of the red zone. If you find yourself getting increasingly frustrated or tense in some situation, disengage and take a break before your head explodes. Staying out of the red zone of stress is a serious priority for your long-term health and well-being. To get at the underlying cause of your busy life and lack of breaks, consider all the things you think you have to do. Can you drop or delegate some of these tasks? And can you take on fewer commitments and tasks in the future? Personally, I've been slowly learning how to say no. That's something I'm working on. No to low priority activities. No to great things I don't have time for. No to my appetite for filling up my calendar. saying no will help you say yes to your own well-being, to friends, to activities that really feed you, to an uncluttered mind, to the stars twinkling high above your head. So thank you again for joining us for chapter 14, and we will begin chapter 15 next week.